you know, like in house music, the great thing to me about house music was I never knew who the artists were. I just knew the song.
Right.
It wasn't like any person was being marketed to me. It was really the music. You know, so if I liked, you know, house, house, you know, like I was like, yeah, that's that song, and I don't know who the artist is, but you know that song that goes, house, and everybody like goes, yeah, I know that song too. Who in the world it was?
Right.
You know, and then you know you had Break for Love. I don't know if you know this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the only real like dance artist that I knew was like Colonel Abrams.
Oh no. Oh. What was that song he had? I remember the video.
Oh yeah. Now go let you
get the best of me. Oh my! I haven't thought about that in like I don't know years.
Colonel Abrams, dude, like he was the jam, and the only reason I knew it was Colonel Abrams was because when I used to like watch the videos at night, like what was it, Video Music Box.
Right.
Video Music Box. They used to come on late at night, and then they would have like Colonel Abrams be wearing like the soldier army suit with like pirate jacket. You remember that? I know you.
I know, with that kind of stiff dance thing.
Yeah, it was really stiff, and it was like really the beginnings of Shake to me. Like, you know, he was really doing a version of the Harlem Shake before it was a Harlem Shake.
Right.
You should rename it the Colonel Abrams Shake.
Let's give the man his props, really.
For real. Let him have his thing, because that was Colonel Abrams' dance. He did it from the shoulders down, but he didn't bend forward with it.
Right.
You know, Colonel Abrams was the jam. Don't get it twisted. He had little tapered pants and the little rat tail with the jerry curl. Come on.
I know. And did he have like the high top fade, or did he have the jerry curl?
He had a high top jerry curl. How about that? How about that? You know, who
okay, I'm scared of
really
him.
getting with Colonel Abrams at that point? You know, he had a high top jerry curl with a little curl in the front and a rat tail. Come on, man. Colonel Abrams, damn. Come on.
Okay, you're crazy. I just have to say. But I so remember that. But you know, it kind of makes sense because your album has like all these different flavors on it. You've got, you know, kind of Latin feel, a house feel, R&B, you know, just the whole thing. But now some people, and definitely the music industry, they feel the need to kind of label your music.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt the pressure to kind of stick to one genre or?
No, I don't know how to. I
Okay.
really don't. Because if they ask me, can you just do a all dance album?
Right.
Like even when I attempt to do it's hybrided with, it has a hybrid feel of dance meets 80s meets Brazilian meets Caribbean meets, you know, and I can't help that.
Right.
You know, it has, I mean, you know, I'll be in the dance vein.
Right.
You know, if they say do an electronic album, okay, I'll be in an electronic vein, but how I sing over it, people will be like, oh, that sounds like soul music, or it sounds like R&B, or it sounds like jazz, you know. So there's with how I do my music and how, you know, it all works out, there's never going to be, you know, nobody's ever going to be able to say, yeah, that's this kind of music. You know, it's just what I do. And if you feel like calling it electronic, bless your heart. If you feel like calling it R&B, bless your heart. You know, like as long as you're listening to it and as long as you like it, then I'm happy. You know, if you like it, I love it.
Right.
Space and time, you've been on my mind like a sweet red wine. You breathe like an ocean rain. You float me away, but I don't complain. You see.
Now, did you ever know that also your music would, I don't want to call it elevator music, but you know your song plays like in the Gap stores and everything?
Yes, actually, and that's my record label's fault.
Okay.
Not to say it's their fault, but that's their doing. You know?
How weird is that? Or is it like, wow, I'm in the Gap trying on jeans and my music
Right,
is...
and I can't tell you how many friends of mine have called me from, like, Old Navy and, like, put the cell phone to the ceiling, like, can you hear this? Can you hear this? Your song is playing in Old Navy. Can you hear it?
Right.
Yeah, like, you know, like, you go to Old Navy, you go to Gap, you go to Armani and all those clothing stores and trendy spots. And, you know, even in some restaurants, like, I'll sit in, like, some cafes in New York, and I'm like, oh, wow. You know, this is weird. What do I do right now? You know? Do I order, or do I act like I don't hear myself?
Right.
Speakers. Wow, that's really weird.
Okay, but that's good. I mean, you don't feel like it's like commercialized or anything. I know that's kind of taboo sometimes for people, but
you know what? I wish my music was commercialized. You know what I'm saying? I want to pray for my music to be commercialized.
That's real talk right there.
Being commercial.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Get me on like the next Hummer commercial or something. Commercialize my music. Yeah, let me be on MTV.
Right.
You know, but that's not very likely to happen.
Okay.
You know, I'm not mad at it, but you know, no, it's not commercialized. It's just another way of getting my music out there.
Right.
And if somebody is in a restaurant and they're eating their salad or their fried tofu, and they go, what is that track? And they ask the waiter, what is that music? And they go, yeah, Gaelle. That's better for me.
Okay.
You know, and that makes me happy, you know, but other than that, I'm not too concerned. I'm not too worried.
Right.
I'm really not too worried about what happens to the music, because you know what? You have no control. You have no control on what is going to happen to your music once it gets out there.
Okay.
People are going to download it. People are going to be influenced by it. People are going to fight it straight out.
Right.
You know, I can't be mad at any of it because, you know, it's out there. And it's not mine. You know, it's not my music. It's what we all hear, but you know, very few of us have the opportunity to put it in a format for other people to partake in. You know, it's the music that we all hear in our heads, and everybody hears music in their heads, and everybody's music is different.
Right.
You know, so when we hear something that sounds similar to what we normally hear in our heads in silence, you know, we gravitate towards it. Like, yeah, I feel this. This is what I feel. This is what I hear. This is what I think about. You know, these are the little ditties that run through my brain when I'm, you know, washing my car or vacuuming the carpet.
Right. Okay. I get that. You know, some people hear Jodeci, and then some people hear all of them.
All at once. I hear the hodgepodge of it all.
Right. Do we need to go back and talk about Parkway now or no? Okay, let me try to be straightened up here. Okay. Well, I know what you mean, but all right. As far as your music, do you have any personal favorites for you, or are there any that are really kind of fun to perform, or that kind of even take you to a different place when you perform them?
Falling is always my favorite song to perform live. You know, because it's just so much energy and like, I can't stop jumping up and down to that song, you know, clapping. It's just a really joyous song to me. And when my audience responds, you know, they're all clapping and jumping up and down and singing back. Like it's a very fun time performing Falling, you know. And when they holler back at me, you know, I feel I'm falling in love. They're just like, you know, when I hear them doing that, it just makes me feel so happy, you know? Because I hope people are falling in love. I hope people are loving. I hope people are out there having, you know, positive emotions out there. And, you know, and if I can write the soundtrack to it, hooray.
Okay.
You know, even better, hooray. You know?
That will work.
I can close my eyes and make this